It has not been easy for President-elect Joe Biden to begin building his administration during the last few weeks, especially with President Trump refusing to accept the results of the election and continuing to file lawsuits and make unfounded claims of fraud. This may be one of the rockiest transitions we've seen in recent memory.
We've won with the most votes ever cast on a presidential ticket in the history of the nation.
Since the moment President-elect Biden declared victory and thanked the more than 80 million people who supported him, he's been building his team and leading in any way he can even before taking office. He's met with health experts, governors, and mayors. Biden has also urged congressional leaders to pass more pandemic relief now and not wait for him to take office. His efforts were initially hampered by President Trump, who refused to cooperate with the transition or read in Biden's team on the COVID-19 vaccine distribution plan.
More people may die if we don't coordinate.
That changed earlier this week as Biden began announcing his cabinet, including the first woman to serve as Secretary of Treasury, former Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen. Biden's also put most of his national security team in place, a diverse, experienced group with deep ties to the Obama administration.
This team has secured some of the most defining national security and diplomatic achievements in recent memory.
Meanwhile, states have plugged away behind the scenes certifying election results. The swing states of Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Nevada have all given their electoral votes to Biden, all while President Trump and his personal attorney, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, have made unfounded allegations of fraud and without evidence suggested a multi-state coordinated conspiracy to steal the election.
There was a plan from a centralized place to execute these various acts of voter fraud.
But judges are not buying it. Trump has lost nearly all of his 30 election lawsuits, most of which do not even make the wild claims thrown around outside the courtroom. About a third of Trump's cases are still being actively appealed, with hearings scheduled for after the holiday, even with more states like Arizona and Wisconsin set to certify their results next week. All the while, Trump has not taken questions in weeks. He did call into a hearing hosted by Pennsylvania Republicans yesterday, where a number of outrageous claims were made, including one state senator who compared Trump's legal fight to taking down 9/11 terrorists.
This election was rigged, and we can't let that happen. We can't let it happen for our country.
Once again, there is no evidence of widespread fraud or a rigged election, and this may continue until December 8th. That's the federally mandated deadline for all lawsuits related to the election to be settled, or until December 14th. That's when the Electoral College votes. On the Upper East Side, Henry Rossoff, Pix 11 News.